Tim Clary had more questions, if you could imagine that. He wants to know
Oh, I bet.
zombie Madonna or zombie Lady Gaga, or he said zombie Gaga. If you had to draw one, I guess, you'd rather draw Madonna or
I, I,
Gaga.
I did Gaga already.
Uh-oh. Preference then?
Um, well, I think Madonna, if it came to a fight between a zombie zombie
She's
Madonna or a
Irish.
zombie
Yeah.
Gaga, I think Madonna would probably just destroy her.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, she's been around a lot longer, so she's got probably a few more tricks up her sleeve. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know. I think Madonna would probably just destroy her. For the youth factor on Gaga might come into play a little bit, but I don't know.
That's what I would say. I think Madonna is a lot closer to just rotting to pieces. So, I think Lady Gaga might have her beat there.
Maybe.
Not to
Maybe.
mention that if she was, Lady Gaga's known for those crazy outfits. She could just start ripping the pieces of meat off
Ooh.
of her outfit and just
And she has a poker
throwing it
face,
at Madonna.
so
Yeah.
she might have a hot poker face. That could get her.
Uh-huh.
Better watch out. But it's. I would also imagine that that Madonna would probably want to kiss Lady Gaga before she killed her, because Madonna's into kissing other lady zombies, I think. But
It would seem.
it would seem
Yeah.
that way. Oh, cool! Look at that. Awesome. Is that
Lady
that's
Gaga.
Gaga? Zombie Gaga.
It's Gaga.
My poker
Yeah.
hot face. Ouch. Cool. Undead. He went next question. Undead King of Rock and Roll Elvis or the Undead King of Pop Michael Jackson? He's sticking to a theme and he like it.
Ooh.
Who would you rather draw? Who would win in a fight? I guess we're doing everything here. Who would you rather go
I'd
to the
like to
prom
do.
with?
I'd like to do Elvis. Not do. I'd like to draw Elvis. I
Right, we
should
know what
really
you
watch
meant.
how to word things
No, we
around
know
you.
what you meant.
Um,
We're adults.
but I think, well, you know what? I think Elvis would win, hands down. You can't beat the king. I mean, he's the original king.
I think Michael Jackson, Undead would give Undead Elvis a run for his money. But, Undead Elvis, he's just got the years of experience.
He's got the hip
He's
shake.
got that hip shaking, and, Undead Michael Jackson can moonwalk all he wants, but he's just not going to be able to keep up with that.
You're saying the moonwalk is not that? I mean, I played there was actually the arcade game Thriller, and the moonwalk actually did pretty good. Everybody danced like a zombie in that. Remember that?
Uh-huh.
Remember that? Speaking of zombies, or
Yeah.
they were zombies in the video Thriller, right? Weren't they all kind of zombies in that?
Yeah.
You must enjoy that video, right? Thriller.
I liked it when it came out.
Well, yeah, when it came out, sure. Oh, Bobby Joe thinks Elvis is more doable in the sense that Byron was first talking about, but
Oh, Bobby Joe.
Michael Jackson would need more Jesus juice, whatever she means by that. I'm not sure. But what about a zombie? Would a zombie Jesus? Would that be against everybody's? Would people's mouths drop if you drew Jesus as a zombie? Would that be the end of history? The end of Byron Ripple as we know it? Or you think that'd be pretty cool?
No, I'm not worried about that.
Okay, cool. Me neither.
It's been done a lot, and
Right.
I would do it.
Right,
I would do it. I would do it again and again and again. It's,
right.
you know,
Exactly.
it's just- I've already done Jesus.
Jesus, what are you
I'm-
doing here in Canada?
No,
I'm a zombie.
let's go to my room. I went and
Uh-oh.
Jesus Hernandez. I zombified Jesus Hernandez and his little girl.
Jesus, cool.
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
Jesus. That's right.
No, I'm sure Jesus is fine. That's pretty funny. And I was just thinking, somebody get these mother effing zombie snakes off my mother effing plane. Some Samuel L. Jackson surrounded by some zombie snakes. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I keep picturing Byron drawing them as zombies and you drawing them as just cool. I mean, cool zombies versus just cool people. I mean, I think that's
Right.
kind of like the battle of the art between Mike and Byron. But it would be pretty cool to
Are
see
we fighting, Mike?
Are we fighting?
Are we
Uh-huh.
fighting?
Yeah. Is it a battle?
It's
Here,
it's a battle of the pens. No, but I would be interesting to see like a Plustastic project where all of you, nice. It looks a little like
That's cool,
Byron.
man.
It would be cool to watch you guys battle, like all of you on Plustastic, if you each drew the other person's specialty and see what you came up
Yeah.
with. That would be a cool project.
Oh.
That would be
And
cool,
I know
yeah.
Byron's like, oh, it would be terrible and I can't draw real people, but it's more about the art than the actual outcome. It's not a contest, but it looks like either Byron or Wolverine, I'm not sure, or Jesus, one of those.
It's a little bit of both. And I mean, frankly, whenever I look at Byron, I pretty much always think to myself, Yeah, he'd cut me in half if he could, and so that's how it is.
Wow.
I'd be gentle.
Oh.
I'd make sure it was just one cut.
Yeah,
One cut above
one
the rest.
clean cut.
One clean
Okay.
cut.
One smooth cut. Actually, Bobby Joe referenced a '80s movie. She says you look like Teen Wolf. I don't know where she's.
Teen Wolf, eh?
I don't necessarily know.
Yeah. Like Michael J. Fox. That's not a bad thing.
Cool.
Look at you. Look at your mark.
Or Jason Bateman in the sequel, maybe more like Jason Bateman. But hey, I just
It's been
want.
a long time since I've seen that movie.
I know, right? It seems like it was yesterday, but you said long time. But time. I just want to do a shout out. Bobby Joe is saying that we are being broadcast by Brandy and George and Cam in another hangout. So this show is being
Seriously?
broadcast in a second hangout, which is kind of cool. First time for Hangout Conversations. We're picking up another
Wow.
channel. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. One more question from Tim Clary. If you had to fight zombies, would you rather have a shotgun or a baseball bat? I think it's pretty obvious, but
Well, I would use a baseball bat actually.
yeah, because
The
you run out
reason
of
being
bullets.
well, that too. I mean, but I would also put like a great big metal spike through my baseball bat.
Right.
That
Because of the loud boom of the shotgun is going to attract more.
makes
you know,
that's a
So
valid
you're
point.
never
Not to
going to be
mention-
out of it.
Yeah, not to mention the fact that a baseball bat never runs out of ammo. You know?
That's
Yeah.
right. But
Right.
your arms will get tired.
Yeah, there is that. I think obviously preferably it'd be nice to have both, but if you have to choose, is there a weapon? Oh, forget it. I have a G4, my own G4, zombie G4. I am still there. Got the awake check. Isn't that nice? What are the chances? So I do a G4, zombie G4, and you guys can both answer this, even though it's zombie related. So do you prefer drawing zombies, or zombie kitties? If you had to choose between
For myself,
either for yourself, or would you prefer?
I like the zombie kitties. They're
Yeah.
fun. I like drawing people more, I think.
people.
I haven't drawn enough kitties. I like drawing mushrooms. It's really kind of depends
You like
on my
drawing
mood. I mean, I'll
gourds
wake up-
too. You're into gourds.
Yeah. I just like drawing different things.
That's
Try
cool.
to mix it up, make people look like things that they're not. My wife had a few good ideas on things I should do, so I'm going to be mixing it up in the next week or two to include some elements of fantasy.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Bobby Joe likes zombie big butts.
She does, and she cannot lie. Hey, speaking of that put a really weird image. I know zombies are all after brains, but would it be really cool or disgusting to watch like zombies having like romance and sex, or that'd be just gross?
Uh,
I'm thinking
uh,
gross.
Gross.
yeah, I'm on the fence on that one. I have a buddy that is kind of like a producer sort of thing, and he talked about putting together an undead porno at one point,
Ooh.
just because it hadn't been done really. And yeah, that kind of ended the conversation.
Hey, Mike, let me ask you a question real quick. Speaking of, did you draw that beforehand, or were you drawing that the whole time?
I was drawing this this whole time when we were talking, and thought it would
Nice.
be a good way to do something fun.
Cool. Yeah, it's like so funny because while you were talking, there's no way I didn't even know you were drawing something. You were just so coy and sly.
Yeah,
Stuck that in there. Cool.
that's how I do it.
It almost looks like Byron's hair is on fire a little bit at the top there, right?
Yeah,
like- it looks
well,
like-
It
he's
is on
a
fire.
bit of a ginger, so you know.
Is that the spice or the actress or the singer?
Uh-oh. That's Mike Stanger. What? That's Mike Stanger. The Muppet Hat guy. Awesome. Speaking of weapons, would you rather? We know you like baseball bats, but if you had to choose between a hacksaw or a pipe, what would you choose to kill zombies?
Oh, a pipe.
A pipe? What about you,
Ooh.
Mike?
Can you imagine you're just sawing away and it gets stuck in the bone or something? I don't know.
Oh yeah, I see your point. Valid point. But
Yeah,
pipes
that's
could
true.
get rusty in the rain and stuff. But so could
Well,
hacksaws, I
yes.
guess.
Wear gloves.
Oh, good point. Good point. If you're if you're ever in a zombie apocalypse, I can't even say that damn word. Find some gloves. Learn how to talk, and what about Walking? So can you choose Walking Dead or Zombieland, or Walking Dead definitely better than Zombieland, or you really can't compare those two? You had to choose one, movie wise, TV
Well,
wise.
one's a movie, one's a TV.
Right.
I think
Talk about Zombieland a
Walking
little
Dead.
bit, maybe. It was more fun. It was more comical.
Well, the whole Bill Murray was a big surprise, and what happened to him. That was
Yeah.
really
Spoiler
cool.
alert. Okay.
Yeah, hello. Um,
That's alright. People
but the
probably
fact
should have
that
seen it by now.
they made it like people. It seemed like people knew what zombies were, so they were kind of prepared for it. One guy, I like the part where I think it was in this movie. I've seen so many. The gamer guy, right? He put on his stereo headphones and he's ready to shoot some zombies. He's just been looking forward to this, and well, because he got those things on, he doesn't hear the guy coming up behind him that just kills him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was that movie?
I think so.
It was, right?
I'm not sure.
I
Offhand.
think so.
I think
Yeah.
so. I mean, I remember them being in the amusement park and the whole interaction between Jesse Eisenberg and Woody Harrelson, but
Yeah, I like it. Didn't take it too serious, and at
No.
the same time, it was fun. I mean, Shaun of the Dead was just one big joke, right?
that too. Yeah.
Never.
Right. But The
Yeah,
Walking
it was
The Walking
great,
Dead is
though.
crazy serious, though. I mean, yeah. So that in contrast,
Yeah.
but it was
I think it's not,
oh, go ahead.
just it's nice when they're more fun than trying to like. I don't like the thing that I find Hollywood does a lot, and maybe it's just people like to do, is they destroy good stories by throwing a good, huge pile of romance in there, right?
Yeah,
And
they
just
do.
kind of ruins things. You can have a great comedy and it gets trashed because it's all about boy finds girl.
Right.
And horror movies are like that too a lot. And it's disappointing.
Yeah, they don't mix it up enough. It's too one note. They need to add more notes. They need to add more aspects because real life is not like that. What about what other monsters? Like besides zombies, I mean, I know there's a big vampire craze. The kids like True Blood and Twilight and all that stuff. But what about monsters besides zombies, like werewolves, vampires, ghouls? Do you have any interest in any of those monsters? Are they overdone?
Werewolves, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a huge interest in the supernatural. Like ghosts or entities or spirits and demons. One movie that really freaked me out had to do with more of a demonic side. The Mist. I don't know
Okay,
if you've
I've
seen
heard
that.
of it. I haven't seen
Stephen
it.
King's The Mist.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Freaked the hell out of me when that mist was coming in, and they did a really good job. If the lights are out, the sound is loud, and you can focus in and forget about reality for a bit. The Mist was awesome. It was. And it had a terrible ending. That's the way it ended. It was a good end. It was a good ending.
That
but
was
it
a big
It
build-up.
was sad.
It's like that was a great
Yeah.
movie, except the ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. It really sticks with me to this day. I've seen it like 2 or 3 years ago, and it still sticks in my mind as something that was really freaky. Every time I see a fog, I think of that movie.
Yeah. Paul
Um,
agrees. Paul agrees that The Mist was great. So Paul
See?
Rustan,
Great
he
minds
likes
think
it.
alike.
He enjoys it. Yeah. Stephen King's
That's
interesting.
because he's brilliant.
Well, he is. Yeah, I agree. Stephen King's interesting. I like more of the well, I don't want to call it reality because nobody's a mass murderer, but I like that, like Misery and It and Stand By Me and Shawshank and those kind of tales that are dark, but they're not necessarily like. I'm sure It had a monster, but those, more so than the Carrie and the Christine, where there's like, this real bloody type thing. It's more of that.
Did you watch-
implying?
You said It, right? You said It, right?
Yeah.
Like IT, It.
Yeah. Tim
Have you,
Curry.
have you seen it? Yeah, have you seen it recently?
I haven't seen it in a while. Does it not hold up?
Not for me.
Oh no.
It's. I mean, maybe I've gotten jaded with all the fast action movies that are out now. And
But you
the
saw it as a
fast
kid,
cutting
didn't
and-
you? Or at least younger.
Yeah, as a kid, it was really good.
Yeah.
But now as an adult, you're like,
Right.
man, it's dragging on.
Well, that's happening
The
with
hell?
movies too. That's the problem too. Is that if you go back and watch the original Star Wars, maybe not you, but a lot of people, kids, they'll think, oh my god, because it's kind of slow. There's a lot of build up. There's a lot of watching R2 and C-3PO walk around and things like that. That a lot of kids. If you compare the first Star Wars to the Jake Lloyd one, it's like night and day. Like one is like bang bang bang, everything's happening, and the other one's like slowly building up. But I still obviously would prefer the original. I think almost everyone does, but it's just a style, different style. And so, I notice in movies, but in art, would you say like there's modern art and there's more classic art? Obviously, zombies is more modern. Maybe what you do, Mike, is you tend to think it's more of a mix. I mean, when I saw some of Mike's stuff, I started thinking of like the Take On Me video some of that artwork.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
Okay.
is that kind of like what you were going for? I mean, do you think of like modern versus classic? Is there a favorite artist, favorite painting like that, like from like actual, like a Picasso or something of that nature, a painter that you enjoy or not? I don't know. We're gonna talk about
Well,
that.
is that a question for me?
Yeah, you can ask that, Mike. Answer that, Mike. Sure, both of you.
Well, I mean, I do really like, a good amount of classic art. I'm a big fan of Monet, and we're lucky in Kansas City. We've actually got his water lilies at one of our museums in town, and I really,
Cool.
really enjoy that painting. It's just very peaceful and serene, and it's something I can enjoy just sitting and looking at for a long time.
I think art is something that isn't. It can't even be put in the same category as movies in that regard. Because I mean, movies, people watch them for a certain length of time, and you get everything presented to you. Here's what it's about. Boom. Whereas art, you can look at it, and it doesn't matter if you looked at it as a child or if you look at it as an adult. It'll still always bring some certain element about it.
Well, I don't know
The
if I
old
disagree,
masters.
but yeah, that's right. Keep talking. I'm sorry.
No problem. I mean, even like the old masters compared to the new, if there are any new masters, you look at what Leonardo da Vinci did compared to what Picasso has done, or
Banksy,
yeah,
Yeah.
or Mike Searle. I mean,
Mike
it's,
Searle.
nothing about it is any less relevant today than it was back then. Um, Mike has learned everything, and I've learned everything I, everything I know. I've learned obviously from everything I've been exposed to. Um, So I've learned from the old, I've learned from the new, I'm still learning from the newer. But art is one of those things where you can't judge it the same way you can judge a movie or even a book sometimes, or
Really?
because
See,
it's more of a user experience, right? Like movies, it's all boom, it's nonstop action. It's presented to you a picture you can look at, and then it plays with your mind.
you really don't think there are movies out there that play with your mind that you could watch in a different time? Like we talked about it, how you watched it, it was great as a kid, and then later it was not great, and things like. But even like certain movies, I mean, not all movies, but I think movies are for sure. There's a lot of because movie itself, there's like music and there's lighting and cinematography and acting. But no, I see what you're saying. I mean, it's different than art for sure, but it's a form of art, and I think that I mean, you could watch a movie 100 different ways and get something different from it each time, right? Depending on the movie. Like I'm sure if you
You
went
know,
back and
I
watched
guess
it,
we'd have to really,
yeah.
yeah,
Like
sort of.
Inception. I mean, I'm not a. It's I liked
Yeah.
it, but I think that's a movie. And then people might say, well, you have to watch it more than once so you can understand it in that sense. But there's, I think you can pick up different things from different movies, depending on what the movie is. I mean, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, things that are works of art. Like there's why some movies you can watch once and some movies you can watch over and over again. And I think it depends. It doesn't mean that it's bad if you can only watch it once. It just depends on the subject matter and what it is. But I think that it's hard to not say certain movies aren't pieces of art,
Right.
Right.
so, and they put
I
it.
agree. I mean, I'm not trying to take away from movies in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
regard. And
yeah. But art
sometimes
definitely.
I'm not
Is,
hurting your feelings, am I?
no, just. No, I mean, I
Fine,
feel like if
no.
I don't defend movies, I'm the guy to defend movies in here, so I should, right? Well, but yeah, I know I love art, but I think like it depends on the art. I think that like just like movies, some art you look at once and you're like you get a feeling for it, and some art you look at more times. I think it's the same thing with the music and art and movies. That some of it depends. The more you like it, the more you're gonna want to look at it or listen to it or see it.
Right.
So I think that's it. I mean, I know like a painting like the Scream. I think is that what it's called? That Scream, the mask was based off of. People always reference that painting to death, and no pun intended. And I mean, is that a painting that you think is over referenced or the
Oh, I know I did it.
yeah?
Yeah.
Is that like the equivalent to like a musician learning how to play Stairway to Heaven, painting like drawing that, or is it not? Is that a wrong analogy?
Well, I don't know. Maybe Mike can answer that one because I've never really tried to copy those too much until just the other day.
I think it is one of those that I think maybe not all, but many artists kind of try to do something that's similar. I mean, maybe not even copy it, but just kind of try to capture the same feeling or the same general design layout, just because it's so well known. And I've seen many different references to it in art, throughout the years, and sometimes it was in a comedic kind of context, or sometimes it was in something else altogether. And yeah, I think that it's a great painting. It's obviously everybody knows it, but yeah, it is one of those, kind of like you were saying. It's kind of like a Stairway to Heaven. I think a lot of people copy that or try to do something similar, just because it's almost a pop culture thing where everybody knows it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely right. I think that that everybody that starts, that gets into either art in one form or the other, whether it's music or sketching or drawing or painting or sculpting, they have inspirations, they have influences, they have that first thing that caught them, maybe theater or movies, whatever, that first one that really touched them and made them say, I have to do this. This is really what I need to do. So it makes total sense. Byron, your drawing is really cool. Should we talk about it?
Yeah, I'm pretty much done right now.
Yeah. Let's talk about your drawing a little bit. That's a pretty cool drawing. Let's ask if anybody in the chat room can guess whom that is. We could play a game. Are you guys up for whoever guesses who it is? You guys want to draw them in the next part of the show, or that messes with your randomness? It doesn't.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I'm all about whatever.
All right. So
Yeah, I
Byron,
don't really care. Yeah.
So if you guess who that is, whoever, Bobby Joe, we have a winner. Sweet. Let us know. But you want to zoom in a little bit on that? Zoom in.
Can.
Okay. The winner was none other than question asker Tim Clary, fellow artist. I'm sure you enjoy drawing him. How many times have you guys drawn Tim Clary already?
I have. Yeah.
You have,
I
Mike.
think I did. I'm not sure. I don't think I did. I drew Rooston. Is it Rooston?
Have you drawn Rooston, Mike?
No, not Mike. Yeah.
I have.
Oh, you have.
I
Mike,
have.
is there? Okay, you could draw me.
Yeah.
What? No, you were Bobby Joe. Or whatever. Tim, yes.
I need
Cool.
to draw Tim.
Awesome.
I owe him a drawing.
You owe him a drawing, but he guessed that
There
was
you go.
Zuckerberg. So yeah, that's Mark Zuckerberg. In case you couldn't guess, cool. And we'll be posting that. You'll be posting that online. You can maybe take his profile like you normally do and put them together. And I noticed that you haven't.
Sure.
You don't always do that, right? Sometimes you do. You started with the profile and the picture. Now sometimes you only do the picture, or am I wrong?
I don't know what to do anymore. It's people want it as avatar. Some people want it square. Some people just want it drawn. I don't know if I should keep putting it beside the picture and take a picture, or I've been kind of at a loss. So
Mike, do you have a feeling? Because I think that it's good to have the real picture that he drew next to it. It's kind of cool.
I think it's cool to have the reference, and
Yeah.
I would think it would be pretty acceptable to do both.
Yeah.
Post one image where it's right next to it, and then post another one where it's just it by itself, and they can use it for their profile if they want. You know?
Right.
Yeah, and I personally used the one you drew me with the zombie. I thought it was cool because you got Google Plus in there, so it's like, all right, so Google Plus, there's half of it, and the zombie's half of it, and I used that. And most people were like, "What is that?" And they're like, because it's got the half. People don't see things. They're not creative, imaginative. Wow. Rustan, I keep Stan the man. Rostan, I don't know. They think he keeps saying I'm butchering his name. You say his name for me, Mike. How do you say his name? Butchering
It's Roostan.
Roostan,
Yeah.
like a rooster stand, right? All right, cool, awesome. Tim Clay wants to know if you got his card yet.
Yes,
sure.
just today, in fact.
Awesome. I'm not sure what he's referencing, but that's good that happened.
That picture he drew of me, he mailed it out to me.
Okay,
I have
cool.
this awesome little art card size picture of me.
Do you have it
drawn
on
by
you?
Tim.
Is it in nearby reach, or?
It would be a minute walk away. You got a
Do
moment?
Yeah,
Here,
yeah.
I'll go
I'll
get it.
ask Mike something. Sure. So yeah, cool. Mike. So
Thank God he's gone.
I know,
Oh my
right?
God.
He stole your sugar, man. He stole your sugar. He stole your girl. He stole your Zuckerberg. Who?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy. Seriously.
So what do you think that he made Zuckerberg a zombie? Now Zuckerberg can't do anything. He can only eat brains of more intelligent people.
And which is really how I always thought it was anyway.
Yeah.
With the, he sort of, latched on the people and sucked whatever you could out of them, and then left them by the wayside to rot.
Oh, that's good.
And yeah,
Okay,
so I
there he
think it's
is.
very appropriate. Oh, there we go.
There he is. Hold it a little bit closer to
Look
the
at
to the camera. Maybe lower. A little bit lower. A little bit. Cool. Look at that. Wait, screenshot that. All right. I just did. Sweet. But I can't. I'll have to wait till after the show to actually like paste it because of the recording. But cool. Looks just like you. Nice job. Nice job, Paul. Or Tim. Sorry. See, now I can't even get that right. What? I need to drink more
Tim is
coffee.
awesome.
Yeah, I think they're all awesome. I think you guys are awesome. You've been awesome. We're gonna wrap up the show. We got 9 plus, and we got a random question. We'll close the show and we'll go on to Conversations Plus, where you get to interact
That's awesome, dude.
with real people.
Yeah. Not like us.
Is it awesome?
Trust me.
How awesome
I
is
am
it?
so fake. I'm not like this in real life at all.
I thought your hair was a little bit neater. Just pull it off.
Yeah.
Pull off your
this
beard.
Is knitted. This is knitted. Seriously.
Really? Who knitted it for you? You did it yourself, or?
I had my mom do it because I live in her basement.
Sweet. High
And,
five.
yeah, totally.
I like to do. I think why can't we just call him Bob Smith? Damn it! Is this supposed to be like? Oh, is that a reference I'm missing? I don't know. I like to. Can we call him Silent Bob? But he talks a lot, so does Silent Bob. But
He talks a lot. Yeah.
He does.
I mean, he's just all the time.
all the time. He's chasing Amy, and Paul, and Tim, and Jay.
Honestly.
So Google Plus it's all about Google Plus. The 9 Plus. About 10 questions about Google Plus. What's your favorite? Would Hangouts be your favorite part of Google Plus? Do you have a favorite thing? You both can answer. Byron,
Yeah,
The people.
definitely.
definitely.
I think.
Yeah,
I think the people are just amazing.
the people. Cool. Is there a feature that you'd like to most see integrated? Maybe something related to art that's not here yet that you'd like to see in Hangouts or the stream or?
Well, the Hangouts are really cool. I'd like to be able to kick people out if they're a bunch of dorks or something.
Okay,
I
like
haven't had
me.
that experience
Okay.
yet, but I hear it has happened to people where they have a public chat or a public hangout and someone comes in and starts acting like a real ass. It'd be nice to be able to eject them.
Yeah. What about you, Mike? Something you want to see?
I would like to see more further integration with other Google services, which I know is coming, but
Like Blogger.
I want to. Yeah,
More
I would
YouTube.
like to see. Yeah, I'd like to be able to pull in blogger posts or pull in, what I'm listening to from Google Music.
You using
And,
Google Music? The one person. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
There he is. There he
That's
is.
me. I'm keeping your service alive.
Cool.
Larry and Sergey, you can mail the check to me.
Uh-oh. Not just one check. I think he's talking about multiple checks there.
Yeah, that's right.
I surveyed 1 million people, Family Feud style. Hangouts are blank. Hangouts. What would be 1 or 2 words? Hangouts are
Fun.
fun.
Hangouts are awesome.
Cool. The number 1 and 2 answer. Ding, ding, ding. Sweet. What about G clusters that have yet to be discovered that maybe deserve more attention? Maybe artists that people don't know about that we didn't mention yet, or other photographers, or people that don't have a following yet, 1,000 people or less. Anybody come to mind for either of you?
Yeah, well-
oh man, there's so many.
Yeah.
I got like Nicholas Myers, Martin
Cool.
Brandt, as
Cool.
I mentioned before. Holy crap, I'm finding programmers, web developers now, and that's phenomenal because they can do stuff that I can't do, or that I don't want to do.
Yeah, but you can speak with a cooler
Oh,
accent, so.
I would say Corey Gerhardt is a big one that I really like. I think he does fantastic art and doesn't have like a huge following yet that I know of. Other people, she's got a decent following already, but I really like artist Goodwin.
Yeah, I like her too.
Louisa Catherine Forsyth.
Wow, you
she
have a lot of
does. Yeah, she does really cool like jewelry and stuff. So, yeah.
There's one artist that kind of helped get the ball rolling for me to stand up and get respect for what I do. Is this one on Google? She's called BZ Tat, I think it is. BZ Tat. She was just said, you know what, like start valuing your work because no one else will
Yeah.
unless you do yourself. So she was really cool. Duncan Blyth. I don't
Oh,
know
he's
if you've
great.
heard
Yeah.
him. He's the guy that did my animations for me. He's
Yeah.
awesome.
Duncan K. Blith.
Spoony, yeah. My old friend Jeremy Hildebrandt from high school, he's a cool guy. Does animations and such as well. Spoony something or other, I can't remember his last name. He's just a clever guy from the UK. Patrick Ray. There's so many people that are out here that are just need to be looked at least once.
Cool. And I'm gonna get this right. Paul Roustan. Paul Roustan. I'm saying it right? Jeez, they're killing me on it. That's like the running joke. I can't say Paul's name right. He says shout out to Ruben Negrin. Am I saying that wrong? Negrin.
Yeah.
Negrin.
Negron.
Oh, it's French. Negron. All these French people and their French names. They're screwing me up. Finally, I said it right. Everyone, Paul's just getting excited in a good way. Cool. Yeah, there's a lot of people to follow. I always plus Joseph Lee, my brosif, because he's funny and he likes the cats and the bacon. But there are a lot of great artists. Who is that artist? The one that does the caricatures. Is he an artist? The one that makes the caricatures with the big heads. Who am I talking about? No,
That's Nick, right? Nick something?
I don't really know. It's like with a D maybe. I don't remember. Anyway, we'll find out. Kelly. Oh, Tim
Yeah.
Clary wants to say Kelly McKernan. Kelly McKernan, because that's the name. No, I'm just kidding. You should follow her.
That's a name.
That's that's a healthy name right there.
I'm gonna start making stuff up.
There's also
I'm just
Charles
like-
Dodd. He's really
Seymour
cool.
Butts. Seymour Butts is nice. He does a lot of ass work. So you got alcohol. He doesn't get out of bed in the morning. Stuff like that. Rodney Pike. There it is. That's who I was talking about. Rodney
Awesome.
Pike. That's his name. So he does some interesting stuff with celebrity caricatures and stuff.